top goal scorer 2022-23. Let's go through the candidates. So we've got the obvious: Harry Kane, Son, Mo Salah. You could probably put Ronaldo in there. To be fair, that might be it. But for me, Erling Haaland will surpass them all this season. With like I've said before, the chances City create with Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish, Riyad Mahrez, Phil Foden. It's just ridiculous array of talent. I've predicted he'll score between 20 and 25 Premier League goals, but it could be a lot more than that. It could even touch 30. Another reason why I think Haaland will be top goal scorer because of the World Cup this year. Norway have not qualified, so he's got the whole month off. So he'll be fresh going into the season, and he'll be fresh going into the second half of the season as well, which I think, if he stays injury free, is a massive, massive boost for him as well. Yep, so for me, the Premier League top goal scorer 2022-23 will be Erling Haaland. Moving on to overachievers, who I think will overachieve this season. My shout is Crystal Palace. I thought they had a decent season last season under Vieira in his first year. They got some really decent players and they created a really decent squad. The likes of Zaha, Elise, Mateta. It's just some really, really good footballers there. I predict them to go well this season. I'm not sure if they'll quite get the Europa League, but certainly push for the Conference League for sure. I think that will be an overachievement for Palace. Great fan base, and I know they're behind Patrick Vieira 100%. They seem to love him. If they can get Conor Gallagher back on loan for another season, another huge plus for him. We'll have to see, but my overachievers would be Crystal Palace this year. So on to underachievers now. For me, I've gone for Aston Villa. Despite having some really good players, Coutinho, Watkins, Jacob Ramsey, Leon Bailey, Buendia, they should have had a better season last season. I'm not sure why it didn't, but for me, I can't see it working out with Gerrard. I just cannot see him doing a very good job there at all. I don't particularly think he's a very good coach. Time will tell. It's still very early days in his career, but I just can't see it. I think my prediction is he'll be the first manager to be sacked this season. It's still early days, like I said, but for me, they're my shout to be underachievers. I think they'll have another season finishing in the bottom half of the table if they don't get rid of Gerrard. Moving on to Young Player of the Year, Young Talent. Again, there's loads of candidates, nominations. Erling Haaland's 21. Trent, Saka. But for me, Phil Foden. 3 times in a row for me, Phil Foden. A real generational talent. An absolute superstar already. I predict he's going to be even better this season. I predict he'll have a great World Cup. So yeah, Phil Foden, my shout for Young Talent of the Year again, 3 times in a row. Now on to relegation. Unfortunately, 3 have got to go. 2 I found quite easy to. Fulham and Bournemouth. The squads aren't good enough. Mitrovic, unbelievable in the Championship, along with Solanke, but maybe they'll prove me wrong. But they're not Premier League strikers in my opinion, and I don't think either squad are good enough. Trouble picking the 3rd team to go down. Leeds survived by the skin of the teeth last season, but I think they'll survive. Everton, likewise, skin of the teeth, but I think they'll survive. I think they can't be as bad as last year, surely. I've gone for Brentford to go down. Second season syndrome. They started so well last year. If they didn't have that start, they'd be in real trouble at the end of the season. They just fell off. Brentford to go down. I think they won't have enough this season. So my 3 to go down will be Fulham, Bournemouth and Brentford. So there they are, my predictions for the Premier League season 2022-23. No doubt I'll be looking back at this next May and having a right... we're just taking the piss out of my predictions when none of them come through. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to this season. See you in a bit.